I found the group chat my friends made to mock me. So I canceled the Airbnb and let them drive into a blizzard. The notification didn't ding. It didn't buzz. It slid silently onto the top of the iPad screen like a snake entering a garden, destroying 3 years of friendship in the span of a single second. I was sitting at a table at Le Jardin, surrounded by the smell of expensive truffle fries and overpriced mimosas, holding my best friend Sarah's iPad because she had insisted I look up the address for the winery we were supposed to visit on Saturday. I saw the banner. Message from Galentine sans Lily. My thumb hovered over the glass. My heart did this weird, violent flutter against my ribs, like a bird flying into a windowpane. Sans Lily. Without Lily. I looked up. Sarah was laughing at something Jessica had said, her head thrown back, exposing the long line of her throat. Across the table, Becca and Chloe were clinking glasses. They looked beautiful. They looked happy. They looked like the best friends a girl could ask for. And they had a group chat specifically dedicated to my absence. I looked back down at the screen. I shouldn't have clicked it. I should have handed the tablet back and lived in blissful ignorance for the next 5 days. But I didn't. I tapped the notification. The iMessage thread opened. It wasn't just a side chat for a surprise gift. It wasn't a thread to plan a birthday party. It was a dossier of hatred. Jessica, did she seriously send another spreadsheet? God, she is so controlling. It's a weekend, not a military operation. Sarah, I know, right? Be ready at 8 a.m. LOL. I'll be ready when I'm ready. Chloe, who is taking the pull-out couch? Because it's definitely going to be her. I'm not sleeping on springs. Becca, make Lily do it. Just tell her the bedrooms are full. She's too much of a doormat to argue. I felt the heat rising in my neck, a prickly, suffocating sensation that started at my collarbone and crawled up behind my ears. The sounds of the restaurant, the clinking silverware, the chatter, the low bass of the background music, faded into a dull roar. I scrolled up. My hand was shaking so hard the iPad wobbled on the table. Jessica, so, about the money. She put the $4,000 deposit on her card, right? Sarah, yeah. She paid for the whole cabin. Jessica, okay, perfect. Let's just not mention paying her back this weekend. If we wait a few weeks, she'll feel awkward asking for it. She always caves. Chloe, LMAO. Strategy. I need that cash for the Mexico leg anyway. Sarah, same. She'll probably just pay for everything anyway to keep us happy. She's desperate like that. I stopped breathing. The air in my lungs turned to lead. They weren't just venting. They were plotting. They were planning to stick me with a $4,000 bill for a luxury cabin in the mountains, force me to sleep on a sofa while they took the king beds I booked, and then laugh about it behind my back while using the money they owed me to fund the second part of the trip. I looked up at Sarah. She was wiping a tear of laughter from her eye. Find the address, babe, she asked, smiling at me. That smile. It looked so different now. It looked predatory. Not yet, I said. My voice sounded hollow, like it was coming from someone else. The Wi-Fi is slow. I looked down again. I pulled my phone out of my pocket. I kept the iPad flat on the table, shielded by the menu. I opened my camera. I took a photo of the screen. Then I scrolled up. Click. Another photo. Scrolled up again. Click. I captured everything. The insults. The plan to steal my money. The jokes about my desperation. Here, I said, sliding the iPad back to Sarah. I can't find it. I'll look it up later. Thanks, girl. Sarah beamed. You're the best planner. Seriously, what would we do without you? You'd be lost, I whispered. What? I said, I'm just happy to help. I finished my mimosa. It tasted like vinegar. I went home that afternoon. It was Tuesday, February 10th. The trip was scheduled to start on Friday the 13th, Galentine's weekend. I walked into my apartment and sat in the dark. I looked at the itinerary I had printed out. It was color-coded. I had arranged the wine tasting. I had booked the private chef. I had bought matching silk pajamas for everyone, $1.80 a pop, out of my own pocket as a surprise. I looked at the pile of gift bags in the corner. They didn't like me. They never liked me. I was the wallet. I was the logistics coordinator. I was the doormat they wiped their muddy boots on before entering the party I paid for. I opened my laptop. I logged into my bank account. Pending transaction, Airbnb, $4,150. It was a massive hit. I had saved for 6 months for this. I ate ramen. I skipped concerts. I wanted this to be perfect. I opened the Airbnb tab. My finger hovered over the reservation. Cancellation policy, full refund for cancellations made 48 hours prior to check-in. Check-in was Friday at 3 p.m. It was currently Tuesday evening. I was in the safe zone. If I cancelled now, the money would be back in my account by tomorrow. But if I cancelled now, they would get an email. They would know. They would call me, scream at me, maybe try to guilt me into rebooking. I didn't want to hear their voices. I didn't want a confrontation. I wanted them to hurt. I looked at the itinerary again. The plan was specific. We were all driving up to the cabin on Friday. It was a 3-hour drive into the mountains. We were staying there for 2 nights. Then, on Sunday morning, we were driving directly from the cabin to the international airport, leaving our cars at the long-term lot, and flying to Cabo for 3 days. The Cabo flights were non-refundable. They had booked those individually. But the logistics relied on the cabin. The cabin was the staging ground. It was where we were meeting. It was where the cars were going to be sorted. Without the cabin, the timeline for the airport run fell apart. I sat there, the blue light of the screen illuminating my face. I clicked cancel reservation. Are you sure? The pop-up asked. Yes. Refund processed, $4,150. The money was safe. But I didn't tell them. I picked up my phone. The group chat, the real one, the one with me in it, was buzzing. Sarah, OMG guys, I just bought the cutest snow boots for the cabin. Jessica, I'm packing so much wine. We are going to get lit in that hot tub. Chloe, Lily, did you confirm the chef? I have dietary restrictions, remember? I stared at the message. Dietary restrictions. I typed, yes. Everything is set. Can't wait. I sent it. I lied. I decided to let them pack. I decided to let them take off work. I decided to let them drive 3 hours into the mountains in the middle of February. Wednesday passed. I went to work. I smiled. I liked their Instagram stories of them packing. Almost time. Jessica posted, showing a suitcase full of bikinis for the hot tub. Can't wait to relax with my besties, Sarah posted, tagging everyone including me. I liked the post. I felt a dark, cold knot of satisfaction tightening in my stomach. It was the only thing holding me together. Every time I started to feel guilty, I opened my Photos app and looked at the screenshots. She's too much of a doormat. Just don't pay her back. Thursday passed. They were talking about the drive. Chloe, so we're meeting at Lily's at 10 a.m. Friday, right? Loading up the SUV? I typed back, actually, I have a work emergency in the morning. I have to go in early. Why don't you guys drive up together in Sarah's Escalade and I'll meet you there around 4 p.m. I'll send you the door code. Sarah, ugh, really? Fine. But hurry up. We want to start drinking. Jessica, yeah, don't be late, Lily. You have the wine list. Perfect. They were all going in one car. They would be together when it happened. Friday morning. February 13th, Galentine's Day. My phone buzzed at 9:30 a.m. Sarah, on the road. So excited. I was sitting on my couch in my pajamas, drinking coffee that I had paid for, in an apartment that I paid for. I wasn't at work. I had taken the day off. I just didn't want to see them. I tracked their progress. I knew the route. I knew when they hit the highway. I knew when they started climbing the mountain pass. At 1 p.m., they were an hour away. At 1:45 p.m., the snow started. I saw it on the weather report. It was a heavy storm. Roads were getting slick. At 2:30 p.m., my phone rang. It was Sarah. I let it go to voicemail. Then Jessica called. Then Chloe. They were there. I imagined the scene. The massive, timber-framed luxury cabin sitting at the end of a long, snow-covered driveway. The dark windows. The empty driveway. They would be parking. They would be dragging their heavy suitcases through the snow to the front porch. They would be shivering in their cute outfits that weren't designed for 20-degree weather. They would be punching the code I gave them into the smart lock. Beep. 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 Error. They would try again. Error. They would be knocking. They would be peering through the windows, seeing that the heat was off, that the place was dormant. My phone was vibrating so hard it was moving across the coffee table. Sarah, text Lily. The code isn't working. Jessica, text pick up the phone. We are freezing. Chloe, text is this the right house? For 22 Pine Ridge? I picked up my phone. I opened the group chat. I took a deep breath. I typed, "Hey girls. So sorry I missed your calls." I watched the 3 dots of them typing appear instantly. Sarah, just give us the code. It's freezing. I typed, there is no code. I canceled the Airbnb 3 days ago. I didn't hit send yet. I wanted to add the rest. I borrowed Sarah's iPad at brunch on Tuesday. I saw the Galentine sans Lily chat. I saw the messages calling me a doormat. And I saw the plan to stiff me on the $4,000 bill. I paused. I attached the first screenshot. The one where Jessica said, if we wait a few weeks, she'll feel awkward asking for it. Since you didn't plan on paying me back, I figured I'd save us all the trouble and get my refund directly from Airbnb. The money is back in my account. Have a great weekend without me. You got what you wanted, a trip sans Lily. I hit send. Then, I did the most satisfying thing I have ever done in my life. I went to the group chat settings. Mute notifications, forever. But I didn't block them. Not yet. I wanted to see the fallout. The messages came in a torrent. Sarah, what? Jessica, you are joking. Tell me you are joking. Chloe, Lily, this isn't funny, we are in the snow. Becca, you read our private messages? That is an invasion of privacy. Sarah, we were just venting. It was a joke. Put the reservation back. I watched the bubbles pop up. They were panicking. Sarah, I just checked Airbnb. The dates are blocked. We can't rebook it. Jessica, find another place. Look for anything. Chloe, I'm looking. Everything is booked. It's Valentine's weekend and President's Day. There is nothing available. Becca, Lily, please. We have the flight to Cabo on Sunday. We need a place to stay. Sarah, we can't drive back. The storm is getting worse. They're closing the pass. That was true. The weather report showed the highway closing due to ice. They were stuck on the mountain side of the closure. They were stranded. I put my phone down. I walked to my kitchen. I poured a glass of wine. I wasn't a doormat. I was a wall. And they had just crashed into me at 60 miles an hour. By 5 p.m., the tone of the texts had shifted from anger to begging. Sarah, Lily, seriously, we are cold. We are sitting in the car. The gas is running low. Jessica, we're sorry. Okay? We're sorry. We were mean. We'll pay you. Just fix this. Chloe, my flight to Cabo, it was $800. If we don't have a place to stay, we missed the flight. I didn't respond. I ordered a pizza. I put on a movie. Around 8 p.m., the begging stopped. And the war began. My phone buzzed with an Instagram notification. I checked it. Sarah had posted a story. It was a video of them in the car, huddled in blankets. Sarah was crying. So, we are currently stranded in a blizzard because our friend Lily decided to have a psychotic break and cancel our housing without telling us. We are freezing. We have nowhere to go. She stole our money and ghosted us. Please, if anyone knows of a rental in Big Bear, DM me. We are desperate. She tagged me. Then Jessica posted a TikTok. It was a montage of them looking sad in the car with sad music. The caption read, "When your best friend betrays you and leaves you homeless in a snowstorm. #toxicfriend #trauma. They were spinning it. They were painting me as the villain. They were leaving out the part about the bullying and the theft. My DM started to fill up. Mutual friends. People from college. Lily, what the hell? Is this true? You left them in a storm? That's dangerous. I thought you were nice. This is psycho behavior. I felt a flash of fear. They were popular. They had influence. They were destroying my reputation in real time. Okay, I said to the empty room. You want to play that way? I opened my photo gallery. I selected the screenshots. All of them. The one calling me a doormat. The one mocking my planning. The one explicitly detailing the plan to steal $4,000 from me. The one joking about making me sleep on the pull-out couch. I opened Instagram. I created a carousel post. The first slide was a simple text block. Since Sarah and Jessica are confused about why I canceled the trip, I thought I would clear up that misunderstanding. I didn't steal their money. I recovered my own funds before they could scam me. Here are the receipts from the group chat they made to mock me. Then, the screenshots. Uncensored. Names visible. Timestamps visible. I posted it. I posted it to Facebook. I posted it to TikTok. I tagged them all. Then I sat back and waited for the internet to do what the internet does best. It took about 20 minutes. The comments on Sarah's crying video shifted. User 1, wait, did you see Lily's post? User 2, you guys were planning to steal $4,000 from her? And you're crying because you got caught? User 3, karma is a BTCH, and apparently so are you. Asterisk. User 4, #Team Lily. Sarah deleted her story. Jessica deleted her TikTok. My phone rang. It was Sarah. I answered this time. Lily, she was screaming. Take it down. Take it down right now. People are DMing my boss. They're tagging my boyfriend. You posted first, I said calmly. You tried to lie about me. I just told the truth. We were joking, she sobbed. It was just a joke. We were going to pay you. The text said, hope she forgets, I reminded her. That's not a joke, Sarah. That's theft. We are in a Motel 6, she wailed. We found the last room in a dumpy motel 20 miles away. There are 2 beds for 7 of us. We are sleeping on the floor. Well, I said. At least you aren't sleeping on the pull-out couch. You ruined Cabo, she shrieked. We can't get to the airport in time with the road closures. We missed the window. That's thousands of dollars. You should have thought about that before you started a group chat called Sans Lily, I said. Enjoy the motel. Happy Galentine's Day. I hung up. I blocked them. Everywhere. Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, iMessage. The silence that followed was heavy, but it wasn't lonely. It was clean. I spent the weekend in my apartment. I slept in. I bought myself a new purse with a fraction of the money I saved. On Sunday morning, while they were presumably stuck in traffic trying to get down the mountain, missing their non-refundable flights to Mexico, I booked a trip. 4-1. To Italy. I'm leaving in May. I'm going to drink wine. I'm going to eat pasta. And I'm going to do it without a spreadsheet, without a group chat, and without a single friend who thinks I'm an ATM with a pulse. I didn't lose 7 friends that weekend. I lost 1,000 pounds of dead weight. And the $4,000? It looks much better in my savings account than it ever would have looked as a deposit on a memory they were planning to ruin anyway. So, tell me. Am I the monster for stranding my friends in a blizzard and exposing their cruelty to the world, or did they just book a one-way ticket to exactly where they deserve to go?
If you have made it this far and want to see more videos like this, then kindly subscribe and turn on notifications so you may never miss another story like this.